Oh, we got a little bit left of this mission. Escape from the theater 20 meters away. Feel like it's anticlimactic, but let's see what happens when we get all the way up here.
So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to infect them. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing.
Alright, that actually came from our last episode, so we'll just tag it on with this episode. Strange beginning, but I'm Happy Tangent. And this is, we're playing Vampyr here, and this should be episode 34. This will be on the front of it. I just wanted to, once I came out that door from that long load screen, I figured, oh, I better not just stand here, because he was actually saying out loud how he needed to escape, but I guess the escape was just jump down the scaffold, and here we are. So we are going to report to Redgrave and Dolores Fletcher, but we'll probably going to go do some side missions. So let's go do that. Let's go do some side missions. Alright, we're almost up to Charlotte's house here. She's yelling in the street, but that is our next side mission. And at some point, I do need to level up. I just took a look after last episode with the boss battle, and I already had a lot of XP on me. I'm up to 10,400. So that's a lot, and I really almost hate even spending it, because I just love this idea of the bigger it grows, the more finally when I do. As long as I can withstand all the fights I am currently, which I'm far under leveled for, just keep it going. We gotta figure out how to get up here on top though. Well, I went behind the house. I really thought I'd be able to get up that way. I still haven't spotted it, but this door here looks open, so maybe from here I can make my way up. But this might be the mesmerized.
Jonathan, you're still up. Can't you just knock at people's doors during the day?
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan.
Well, if anything, we're going to knock out a new person here, so...
Sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
We got mesmerized level 4 when beating the boss last episode, so that gave me the ability to come in here to who I believe is Clarence's wife, estranged wife, ex-wife. Yeah, Clarence Crossley, so that's who she is. Venus Crossley. We're gonna loot her room and then we'll talk to her here in a minute. Coming upstairs, it looks like there is a way to the outside balcony, so I imagine that is how I'll get to Charlotte's house. So that's good to find. Oh, here we got something. The Lost Library. Do vampires have allies among the living? Yes, they do. They call themselves the Brotherhood, and they serve their immortal masters in many ways, probably in exchange for privileges and knowledge. Somewhere in London is the seat of their power, where their secret council conspire against us. I call it the Lost Library. It is a place where these traitors gather many occult and lost books. I personally offer £1,000 to the first who can give me the proof of the existence of this library, and its exact location. Clarence Crossley. For more information, please contact me directly. Oh, you know, I didn't realize we were probably reading notes from him this whole time. Then when we bumped into him, I didn't even, you know, put two and two together. Alright. Go down and see her in a second, but it looks like I got one more thing to read. 9th of July, I spent the last day and night crying tears of joy. I did not know bliss could be so painful. My Clarence just wrote me. He is back from the war alive and unharmed. He will be at home in 2 weeks. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. I can't want to see my beloved husband again. That's weird. 14th of August, Clarence's attitude still worries me. He is not the same since he came back. The first few weeks, I thought it was just the necessary adjustment period, but his behavior seems to be more and more erratic. Nowadays, he spends all his time outside, day and night, searching for evidence. He does not care about the flu. He does not care about me. He is starting to frighten me. 21st of September. I can't believe this. Clarence has spent half of his pension to print some stupid leaflets he now wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. Perhaps people are starting to laugh at me. Now he wants to organize some public lecture in a recently closed theater to warn people about the presence of evil creatures in London. Free entry, of course. My husband may have come back unharmed from the war, but I'm afraid he lost his mind over there. 24th September. Clarence just confessed he has not spent half of his pension, but all of it, plus some of our savings. Paper and inks cost so much because of the war, he said, but it is a cost we must pay. People openly mock us now. I don't know what to do. 5th of October. Today the butcher, Mr. Galloway, sent me the monthly fee and requested payment in full. He also told me how he demands to be paid each time when we buy some meats from his shop. No more credit. The baker asked the same thing 2 days ago. First, I thought it was a new policy because of the restrictions in the epidemic, but it seems my friends still have financial arrangements from the same shop. I was so ashamed I could not speak. 8th of October. We can't keep on like this. Clarence is completely mad. He is spending all the money we have and I don't see how to stop him. Sometimes I wish he did not come back from the war. Oh man. Which I get it. That'd be hard to have your loved one come back and be a changed person. Alright, finish up here and then we'll go speak with Venus.
Husband and her son.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Bunch of hints.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences for your sister.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden, and I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Goodbye for now.
Oh, poor Venus. Clarence has basically killed her social life. Alright, I keep saying going to Charlotte's, but the mission is Emily is missing. Locate Emily's house. So for some reason I kept thinking this was Lady Ashbury's daughter's house. Alright, can I walk off this edge? Nope. Alright, but here we go. This should get where we're going. I mean, based off the compass.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign.
Oh crap, he's never said that
No sign of a
before.
struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Oh, that's right. Charlotte had mentioned her and another gal pal. Oh, something to read. Emily's love letter. My dear Jacques, I can't wait to see you again. Tonight, tomorrow, I can hardly wait. Since we kissed on the bridge while the moon was so bright in the night sky, I want to feel your teeth again on my lips. Oh, the excruciating pain of your sweet bite on my neck. You devil, you. For the longest second ever, I feared you were going to kill me right there on the bridge in the middle of the night. But no, my dear Jacques, you remain the delicate fiancé I knew you are, and you were only teasing me. I can't wait to drink your blood for good this time, and come back to my sweet friend Charlotte as an immortal. To play with her a little, first of course, like you taught me how to play with mortals, and then I'll turn her into one of us too, and we will rule the knights of London and cleanse the city of its impure souls. Faithfully always, Emily. Wow, that's a
Emily
new.
wanted to become a vampire.
Yeah.
Something must have gone wrong.
Big information right
Someone
there.
is responsible for this mess. But who?
Alright, search the room. Oh, there it is.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Alright, back out here. Can I go all the way down from here? I guess I should be able to. Boom! Ah, superhero landing's gotta sting the soles of your feet. It looks like they want me to go this way. Yep, there's more blood. Well, I think we found the murder victim and the murderer. Sneak up on him. Oh no, we just talked
Who are
to him.
you? What are you
It's
doing
Jacques.
here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
We're gonna have another vampire fight.
You take pleasure from others'
Might be
misery.
time to level
I have
up
been a
soon.
totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was reborn, sir. And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes, at your service, my dear cousin.
That's a mouthful.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Oh, yeah. I gotta kill you. Because I'm a good vampire. I believe you. But no. You
Your
deserve to
cruelty
die.
deserves punishment, sir.
And what else is new?
Oh, come on! They didn't even give me a chance to react. He's at 30. I'm already at half health. Oozes blood. Oh, come on! Ooh, I need breathing room. Oh, how did that hit me? I have to hit him every so often just so I can get more blood. I make it out of this. Oh man, every time it seems to be higher level. I really gotta level up. Alright. Don't get too greedy. Here we go, shit in him. Blow up, blow up. Oh, he's got the shield on. Don't get greedy. Oh shit, I hope this doesn't take a bunch. Oh, getting too greedy here at the end. And he gained health back because of that. Because he drank from me. Damn it. Return the favor. I wonder what that means there, that the bar is completely refilled now. Yes! Woo! I couldn't let that slide. I couldn't let him kill her. 106 shillings. It's so much. That's the most we've ever gotten. Because the only other time we got 100 one time for turning in a mission. Oh, alright. Let's check out the body. Report to Charlotte Ashbury about her missing friend. And we did take care of the vampire. Alright, time to go to Miss Charlotte. Alright, here's the lovely Charlotte. Let's give her the bad news.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Just double check.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
I bet you they
Your
give
friend
me a
was
choice.
planning to become
Maybe
a
not.
vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood.
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Charlotte Steak. Let's see if I can look at it right now. Oh, look at that thing though. It's fully maxed out. A light but solid steak carved from the strongest ironwood. The letters CA, of course Charlotte Ashbury, are engraved on its base. 35 stun. And then you get decreased stamina consumption by 10%. We're not going to use it, but we will for sure equip it sometime. Huh, looks like we probably had enough materials actually to make something like that, because we have so many of those tiny good handle parts. I wonder how close we are here. Details. Oh shit! Yeah, we definitely need a level. Ooh, look at that difference. A whole 50% added on top. 220 to 330. And I'm sure the blood, yeah, just go up to 10 absorption. Okay, but still. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy. Alright.
Goodbye.
She's been...
Let's see here. So we did that. A little quick. Should be 2 other missions I know of here. Yeah, the guy who wants us food. Find the third part of your father's testament. That actually would probably be the easier one of the 2 to track down. The other guy just wants us to find a restaurant. And let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people we haven't come across. Louise Teasdale. I know we met her. Can't remember where. Oh, she's the girl with the cut face. So her father was looking for her. I don't know where she is now. We found her in the sewers. So I'm sure at some point once night has passed. That's right. That's why I couldn't heal her. Is because Same with that Shrew Shrin, you couldn't heal them when you first capture them from one of those places. So really we need to find a hideout. Shit, did they not put one near me? Well, they're not showing up on the maps. Why are they not? Oh, whatever. We will report to Lord Redgrave. You know what? Let's just do that. That'll give us even more XP. We'll get to see another part of the main mission. Alright, that sounds like a good plan. Oh, if it isn't my favorite hostess.
For as long as I've been a member, I've never seen so few vampires attending the club nights.
Oh, is that Ashbury in there already? Yeah. We never stopped by her house because it said she had more details. I hope that doesn't, like, cut off what she potentially could have told us. Let's just go talk to her first. Looks like we can talk to the guy behind her. Maybe that's some of the people we haven't quite discovered. That's not true, because
I've been
her and
formally
Redgrave
asked
aren't
to
part of it
witness
either.
your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you.
I did
who
not
insisted
know when we
I
were
join
courting
the
each other. It
Please
kind of
forgive
felt
my
that way.
giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive
They
mind.
clean up the mess.
Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
And just double
We'll
check.
talk later, Jonathan.
Alright, yeah, so I almost wish, maybe now, I kind of wish I would have stopped by to
I must
see
admit
her.
the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Because she did have something new to tell us. The map, at least, said that.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
Let's see here.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task for you. One
Uh-oh.
of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
I bet you can
Recruit
say
a
Swansea.
new vampire. Are you sending me on some sort of diplomatic mission?
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the Ekon he deserves.
Ah, old dude. Oh, man. It says I can't. He really wants to be, though, and I don't see this super evil. We're just gonna do it.
As you wish.
Seems more interesting.
my lord.
Good. Now go.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate. Once the deed is done, I'll join you there to celebrate this momentous occasion.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he is about to die, and he just may be the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson
I want to know
has
what's
been
going
preparing
on with his
himself for
neck.
a long time.
It almost looks like that terrible gout. Look, I keep calling it gout, but that terrible growth that we've seen on some others. It's almost like he's hiding the fact that his body is badly disfigured underneath that little cloth necklace thing he has on.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Alrighty, I don't want to go. Definitely not going there. So maybe we'll try to end the episode.
Perhaps we should change some of the club's rules if we survive.
Good evening.
Looking for my father's
We need
next
to have a
piece.
drink and enjoy this
Or
night.
maybe hopefully bump into a few more people we haven't come across yet. Don't know which. Oh,
Are you all right,
There we go.
Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson, to make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I've already kind of done it with the Sad Saint.
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse?
Nope, we should just kill him.
Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, his lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
Oh, so
As long as you
she
know
just
where
say that
your
Red?
voice-
Why don't we just fucking leave the building? Is she saying that Redgrave only can make skulls?
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a way to cheat death. I'm sure he has spent decades dreaming of how he'd spend eternity as a tyrant.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
Goodbye for now, Elizabeth.
Goodbye, my dear.
My dear Elizabeth.
Be careful.
Alright, actually I think this is a good note to end it on. When we come back, Yeah, we have almost 11,400 in experience to spend. And I just remembered the third part of my father's testament that I'm tracking down is all the way at the Pembroke Hospital. So we'll probably start with me at Pembroke, and then while we're there, we'll level up, and then we'll check out other side missions, because I know that one dude wants me to find a nice restaurant. Some of those areas to check are actually back in previous zones. So we'll cut this one here now. Like I said, come back. Ooh, who knows? Easy. I mean, I try not to say too big. Like, I want to say, oh yeah, we'll be 24 for sure, but with that much XP, I don't see why we're not going to be like 26 or 28. And then all that level 30 crap won't be an issue anymore. Oh, and plus we can level up the scythe. Super pumped about that. Alright, well, I'm Happy Tangent. Please like and subscribe. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode.